snow from Winston-Salem, Raleigh,
18 to 24 inches on the Weather Channel.
The GFS models are looking
2 to 3 feet.
Maybe take places, more like
We're so screwed.
You live anywhere in the southern region of the United States, then you need to hear this. We're about to get hit with a polar vortex that might affect over 200 million people. They're saying that Winter Storm Fern is expected to bring at least 20 inches of snow to the eastern part of the United States. They're saying that there will be single-digit temperatures in Texas, -13 in Oklahoma, -16 in Tulsa, -16 in St. Louis. They are even saying that it can get close to -50 degrees in Minnesota. Do you know what that means? For one, they're saying that we may lose power. They are labeling this the deep freeze. They're saying that this can be the coldest January that we ever experienced in our life. Again, this is going to be the biggest polar vortex to hit the United States in years. And let's just keep it real. Right now in New York, if you are in New York, it is freezing cold in New York. They are planning for major disruption. So we have to expect flights to be delayed and canceled. Again, meteorologists are saying prepare. They're saying get food together just in case that power goes out. Just in case you can't go anywhere because it's so cold. Whatever they're doing up there, they need to stop.
Get ready for at least a couple inches of snow and enough freezing rain to lead to widespread power outages and travel chaos for days. More than 150 million people are going to be impacted by a big winter storm Friday through Monday from New Mexico to North Carolina and then up the East Coast, even through Maine. Things kick off Friday in Texas and Oklahoma, and you could see impacts to your evening commute in places like Dallas, Oklahoma City, over into Arkansas too. Friday, Dallas, get ready for freezing rain. You're in the prime zone for widespread power outages and other impacts from this. Further to the north, in places like Wichita, Springfield, it's more going to be snow. This starts to spread east into the southeast, but you're still going to be seeing impacts in places like Oklahoma and Texas for a couple of days, really through the weekend. And the worst of the freezing rain is going to stretch from Dallas up into Tennessee. Atlanta, you're going to get hit hard by this, and then even over into the Carolinas. The northern portion of this map is showing you where you're most likely to have sleet. The severe area, yeah, it's most likely going to be freezing rain. As things spread east into the weekend, we start to see impacts into the mid-Atlantic and even the Northeast. Now, we're going to get more detailed with the forecast as we get a little bit closer here, but anybody highlighted in purple, get ready for sleet and even freezing rain potential. So that's from Columbia, South Carolina, up through Richmond, Virginia. Somewhere like DC, Philadelphia, New York, we have our eye on you for snow. In addition to widespread power outages, expect roads, especially in the south, to be impassable for days. Looking at the areas that got freezing rain especially. A lot of flight cancellations. Saturday and Sunday, we are forecasting thousands of cancellations and then expect other delays as well. And because cold air sticks with us, it's going to take a while to fully clean up and recover from all of this.
In the dream that I had, I was down there in Scottsboro. That's where I was raised. I was raised in Scottsboro, Alabama. And Scottsboro is in the valley. Hey, man, some of y'all ain't from around here, so you don't know what I'm talking about. So Scottsboro is a valley. And I'm on Sand Mountain right now. Our church is on Sand Mountain. But in Scottsboro, there's Sand Mountain on one side of you, and then behind you is Crow Mountain. So you're in between two mountains, basically. So anyway, in my dream, I was down there in Scottsboro. I was raised down there near Stop and Save. It used to be Lucky's Supermarket in Scottsboro. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And in my dream, I went to in that grocery store there, Stop and Save. And Been going there all my life. But in my dream, I went in Stop and Save, and when I went in, it was like there was no electricity. Everything was dark. It was like there was no power on in any of those stores around there. It was like it was in a blackout. And it was like getting dark outside. It wasn't completely dark. It was like dusk. And when I went inside the store there, all the shelves was empty. Everything. I went down each aisle, and it wasn't just me. There was other people going down each aisle looking for groceries, and there was nothing on the shelves. It was just dark in there and dusty on the shelves, no food. And I thought, wow, what is going on? It was very weird, strange, scary. And so I thought, wow. So I go outside the store there, and when I do, I get out in the parking lot, and I'm hearing it sound like bombs. And I thought, man, that sounds like bombs, you know. And then I looked towards Sand Mountain. Like I said, I'm down there in Scottsboro, and I could see Sand Mountain in my dream. And I looked towards Sand Mountain, and when I do, I hear these bombs. And I look, and I see tanks coming over the mountain. Like hundreds of tanks were coming over the mountain. And I see army. You could see foot soldiers going right beside those tanks, and they had guns and stuff, and they was shooting people, and people was running, and I was watching, and they was shooting people down. So I just fell down like I got shot, and I thought, well, I'll just pretend like I'm dead. And I got to watching these soldiers. I could still see them, but I was laying there trying to play dead, and I look, amen, and they got these bayonets on their guns, and they're going around and they're sticking people with them bayonets to make sure they're dead. And so I'm laying there. When he gets to me, I said something. I let him know I was alive, because he was fixing to stab me right in the heart with that thing. And so I let him know, and when I did, he picked me up. Them soldiers did. They picked me up, and they took me in this room, and they was like they was trying to question me, but they was speaking in another language. And to be honest with you, they looked like Chinese people. Could have been Russian. I don't know, but they was speaking a different language, but they looked Chinese. And it was a very scary dream. And you David, are you saying that's going to happen? I do believe it'll happen one day.